On August 9, 1945, Nagasaki woke into the final days of the Pacific War. 3 days earlier, Hiroshima had been destroyed by the first atomic bomb used in combat. Overnight, the Soviet Union had entered the war against Japan. Yet the morning still began in an ordinary city. Shipyards, arms works, homes, churches, streetcars, hospital wards, and families in a valley shaped by hills and harbor. The event was not simply a second explosion. It was the moment when Japan's leaders, American commanders, Soviet entry, and civilian lives collided in one compressed day. The mission did not originally point at Nagasaki. The B-29 Bockscar carried Fat Man, a plutonium implosion bomb different from the uranium weapon dropped on Hiroshima. Its primary target was Kokura. Whether aircraft, visibility rules, mechanical problems, and fuel pressure mattered because atomic war still depended on human procedure. When clouds and smoke covered Kokura, the crew turned to the secondary target. Nagasaki entered history partly through contingency, a city chosen by planning, then reached because the first target could not be seen clearly. Below the aircraft, Nagasaki was both a military-industrial target and a civilian place. Mitsubishi shipyards and arms plants tied the city to Japan's war economy, but the blast area also held the Urakami district, hospitals, schools, churches, prisoners of war, forced laborers, and families. At 11:02 a.m., Fat Man exploded above the valley. Heat, light, blast, fire, and radiation tore through neighborhoods and factories. Hills shaped the pattern of damage, but they did not protect the people at the center. Survivors searched through smoke and ruins while doctors faced burns, trauma, and illnesses they could not yet fully understand. News of Nagasaki reached a Japan already shaken by Hiroshima and Soviet intervention in Manchuria. Inside Tokyo, leaders argued over whether surrender could be accepted and what would happen to the emperor. The second atomic bombing did not act alone, but it narrowed the space for delay. Within days, Hirohito intervened, Japan accepted surrender terms, and the war moved toward its formal end. That sequence has made Nagasaki central to arguments about military necessity, alternatives, timing, civilian suffering, and the meaning of unconditional surrender. After the war, survey teams photographed ruins, measured damage, and recorded medical evidence. But Nagasaki's history was never only a file of effects. Hibakusha carried testimony about burns, radiation, grief, stigma, survival, and the demand that nuclear war never happen again. The rebuilt city, Peace Park, Urakami Memory, and annual ceremonies turned August 9th into a warning. Nagasaki matters because it shows how technical power, wartime urgency, and political calculation can fall on human bodies in seconds, and leave questions that remain open for every nuclear age that follows. The cause chain matters. Nagasaki was not an isolated weapon test. It came from a record of total war, strategic bombing, invasion fears, Soviet entry, and leaders trying to force surrender before more armies and civilians died. The evidence also complicates simple answers. Weather shifted the mission from Kokura, terrain shaped the damage, and survivor testimony records what policy language can hide: burns, radiation sickness, missing families, ruined neighborhoods, and a city forced to become a warning. That context is why historians still debate Nagasaki through documents, photographs, medical records, and human memory rather than through victory claims alone.